Well, all the attention is focused over there on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The Disney DAS system, otherwise known as the Disability Access Service, is having some pitfalls of its own. In fact, some disabled guests are reporting being told to practice waiting in line at home. Let's talk about the new DAS system here on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here with me today is Mr. VashSky. Vash, how you doing today?
I think I have the Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder, and I'm ready to go on. Oh, wait, dang it. I still can't do that. Man, well, hopefully things improve right here.
Yeah, maybe if you go over to Tokyo, you can ride on Splash Mountain.
You know what? I can practice standing in an imaginary line for an attraction that's no longer there. How about that?
Ooh, there you go. Let's go to the story out of WDW News today. Disabled guests told to ask for callback times at each ride and practice waiting in line instead of getting DAS. All right, well, let me just point out that if you're following That Park Place and you're watching That Park Place live, you would have already heard something like this from Marvin the Movie Monster as he came to us with some special sources there. Travel agent Jamie Santillo took to Instagram this week to talk about her upsetting experience with the updated Disability Access Service at Walt Disney World. By the way, this story is by Shannon Ace. DAS complaints. Santillo shared the following video about no longer qualifying for DAS despite having a heart condition and defibrillator. The cast member Santillo spoke to offered Santillo a return to queue option where someone in her party would wait in line and then she would meet up with them when it was time to ride. The cast member also suggested getting a callback time from a cast member at each attraction. Santillo asked, well, isn't that what DAS does? The cast member said, overall, yes. With this, you just can't pre-select rides. With DAS, guests can select a return time from the My Disney Experience app. The callback option offered to Santillo would mean speaking to a cast member at each attraction, potentially explaining her disability repeatedly and leaving whether she gets a callback time up to each cast member. It's worth noting that most attractions, cast members won't have received specialized training regarding disabilities. Vash, that sounds like a nightmare. Let's start at the beginning of this. First of all, you can't plan out your day if you are disabled, it sounds like.
It appears that way, yes. This whole process, I swear. I mean, there used to be a modicum of care, a modicum of white glove treatment, even in this instance. And even when you were denied a service or so forth, the alternatives were presented in a way that it was like, well, you know what, maybe that does work out for me, or something is done. This is really heartbreaking to see, to try to tell somebody almost medical advice is just it's...
Oh yeah, because that's what you want to hear from some cast member, right? When you're trying to explain to someone why you have a medical condition and you need to be able to do that, the arbiter of this does not need to be a cast member at a theme park, no matter how well trained that cast member at a theme park happens to be. I understand that maybe old school Disney could have gotten away with something like this if they would just wave you through, which is about all they should be able to do if they've set the cast members up in this situation here. And maybe you let security work it out with whether or not that's somebody falsifying information in order to get through there. You don't need to leave that to the cast member to look someone in the eye and say, sorry, you don't qualify. That is an awful thing to do to a cast member.
Yeah, it really is. Now, when it comes to this callback option and scheduling things in advance, somebody brought this to my attention. I thought it was really profound because obviously some of these cast members have been saying, well, you can just opt into Genie Plus, but think about Genie Plus and how that works. Genie Plus, well, first of all, there is a set number of Genie Pluses that you can actually get for any one attraction, right? So it could be just booked out and gone. That's a possibility. Or, that the times might not work for you in advance, or if you maybe have a disability that maybe prevents you from getting to that attraction at that specific point, well, there's only an hour window that you're given to actually get back to that attraction. So even from that perspective, it's not a great alternative in a lot of cases. Now, denying it outright and saying, "Oh, you just practice standing in line at home," and I've heard horror stories of people being told they have a condition with their digestive tract, for example. Oh, you can wear diapers. Literally, I've heard this.
Oh my! I hope that that's not true. I mean, I'm not calling your friend or source a liar. I'm just saying this is the kind of thing where there's no way that the Disney that we once knew would do something like this. I struggle to believe it. I want to go back to some of these comments here because I've known people who have been in this situation. This is a quote directly from Jamie Santillo. I have been on pins and needles for the new DAS changes to take effect at Disney World May 20th with hopes that Disney wasn't going to alienate those who don't fall under the neurodivergent umbrella. Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. First, you must agree to their terms and conditions, as well as ensuring that your tickets and reservations are confirmed, and everyone who will be going with you, up to 3 in addition, can be added to DAS, is also linked on My Disney Experience. Once that's completed, you can request the call.
I forgot to mention this in the video, so I'm mentioning it now. When Jonas read that line, as well as ensuring that your tickets/reservations are confirmed, that's significant because now you are being forced to opt into a non-refundable system before you can even register for DAS. That's huge and critical because, who knows whether or not you're going to be able to even enjoy what you've just purchased if you have a disability that might require DAS in the first place, if you don't know whether or not you're getting it. So just want to go ahead and mention that. Back to the video.
This is a nightmare already, right here, trying to make sure all of these technical issues are taken care of. I've been in the parks, in the party with the people who were booked on the same tickets as me, and they haven't been linked to me on the My Disney Experience app. So this is already frustrating to begin with. The other aspect that I want to talk about here is I've known people who literally cannot do Disney, small children who cannot do Disney because of their disability, and I'm not confident that they qualify at this point. Also, agreeing to those terms and conditions, you agree to not sue Disney either as an individual or as part of a class. So already Disney is being, I'm just going to say icky, maybe greedy. I don't know exactly what word you'd want to use for it. Maybe the comment section can help me out, but keep it clean. I spoke with a very nice woman, at least there's that, who asked why I was applying for DAS. I explained that I'd used it for years. I have a heart condition and a defibrillator, and being overheated isn't good for me. She asked questions like, what do you do about heat on a daily basis? And how do you go to the grocery store? She offered me a wait in queue option where someone in my party would wait in line and then I could meet up with them when it was our time to ride. So already she's separating two people here. What if you go with a child, by the way? Is that just not an option anymore? She also suggested getting a callback time from a cast member. For that, I said, well, isn't that what DAS does? She said, overall, yes. With this, you just can't pre-select rides. So it sounded like they were, again, telling her to make her case to each individual cast member. Vash, I'm going to say this. I think that this is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Absolutely. I 100%
if not many
agree.
lawsuits waiting to happen.
well, and maybe that's why they had the lawsuit language there in the terms and conditions in order to somehow prevent this. But it has to be. And like I think we said in the last video as well, I can't see any judge looking at that and going, oh, yeah, this completely precludes you from actually suing in this instance, especially when you have California provisions and so forth. I don't think that's going to happen. This is it's atrocious to think about and see the grilling on personal questions outside of your daily life and so forth. We've heard this line of questioning from multiple sources now, asking about how do you deal with this on a daily basis? How do you deal with that on a daily basis? And apparently it goes on for some cases like hours.
Oh my! It's so bad that of course, the practice waiting in line at home. Here's the image from the Disney websites. So already something that I can't imagine that they would say they're already doing it. So I just don't understand at all why Disney is handling this in the way that they would handle it. Meanwhile, Universal is allowed to have the advantage of having a third-party service confirm all of this stuff for guests. I understand that third-party service is not perfect, but people are not complaining about it in the same way en masse as this. The test is going to be when the first lawsuit comes, what are they going to do? And that'll probably result in someone having to rename DAS and say, no, it's this other system that's much better. It's in Magic DAS or something dumb like that. All right. Well, let's throw this to our commenters. We always get interesting comments on this because DAS is an important issue for many people. There are some people who are complete fakers who are abusing the system. Disney didn't care about them as much until Genie Plus came along, and DAS was the same as Genie Plus. Right now, they're saying if you try to abuse DAS, you will you might even get banned from the park for a year or maybe even life. But I don't think that's going to keep people from trying to abuse this system. Let us know your thoughts on this. Is Disney being reasonable and we're just pushing too hard against them? We'd love to know your thoughts. Of course, like this video if you found it helpful. Let us know in the comment section if you want us to dig on this in a different way. And of course, consider subscribing to That Park Plays for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.